Hello everyone and welcome to our weekly how-to series for Feed Supervisor. This week we will be covering how to enter a new pen group and assign it to a ration. Here in our daily entry screen we can see all of the current rations being fed out on this farm and all of the pens associated with that ration. Our goal by the end of this video is to see a new pen listed underneath one of these rations. To start, we'll go up to Entries and select Pen Groups. This brings up a list of all of the current pens being fed on this farm. And to add a new one, we'll go down to the bottom and select Add. Now we have a form to fill out. At the top, for pen group, we'll call this Pen 11. This is what shows up out in the mixer, so you want to keep it brief. And then for description, this enables us to have a more detailed explanation of what's going on in the pen. So we'll call this first lactation breeding. And then under group type, this is the type of animal that's found in the pen. We have 2 lactating options, a dry cow option, a couple young stock options, and some beef options. We'll select lactating for this pen. And then that brings us to warning trigger set points. And these are the goals the farm has for their pen's feed performance. These numbers don't affect the targets of the rations, but are rather flags for the reports coming out of the program. So if the numbers you're getting don't match these goals, the reports will turn red to let you know that you're outside of your feed management goals. And these are great conversation pieces to have with your feed management team and your nutritionist to set goals for your farm. So cleanup is the feed that's left at the bunk before the next feed out, and we'll set this one at 3%. Feed fed is, say you're feeding your pen 5,000 pounds that day. How much over or under that amount do you want to know about? We'll set it at 5. Cost consumed per cow takes into account cleanup, feed fed, and the cost of the ration. We'll set that at 5%. And then cost per hundredweight of milk, we will set that at $7. And then change in milk production, how much over or under your current milk production do you want to know about? And then that takes us to initial values. This is something you'll only fill out for new pen additions. Not if you're editing a pen, you won't be able to fill these out. So our first active date we'll leave for today, and then cows being fed is how many cows are in the pen. We do interface with the majority of herd management softwares, so we can pull in pen counts and milk weights. So if you would prefer an interface, we can do that, or you can still manually adjust your pen counts every day. Then feed overage is a warning trigger that shows up out in the mixer to help the feeder know if there's too much cleanup. It helps them set a target for cleanup. We'll set this at 3%. And then feedings per day, we'll say that this pen has 3. And then you want to adjust your percentages from the top down. So if we feed this 40%, and then the second feeding we'd adjust. And our last feeding accounts for any of the changes that are made. So even if I'm adjusting pen 1 or the first feeding, it's going to show up in the third feedings percentage. And then supergroup and customer are for our custom growers or someone that's raising animals for someone else. It enables you to assign customers to this pen, and it breaks down different reports for invoicing options. And then ration group is where we can assign this pen to a ration. We'll call this just a lactating group. And then I'm going to hit OK, and that pen is going to show up on our list. We can see pen 11 here. And then when we go to daily entries, we can see pen 11 under our pen 4 lactating pen. So that's how you add a new pen. Our next week's video is going to be on how to add a new feed type. If you have any questions about this video or any recommendations for things that you want to know how to do on Feed Supervisor, please make a comment down in the comment section. Thank you for your time.